Friday, June 14th. Welcome back to the Damon Bruce Show, brought to you by Ike's Sandwiches. And I tell you, we're going to have a quick one for you today because I found out that both boys' summer break started today, not next week. So kind of threw a wrench in the works with Jillian being out of town. Thanks to the in-laws for helping out, assisting big time upstairs right now. Thank them an awful lot. I won't leave them twisting in the wind too very long at all. A few things for you before we get into what is going to be the theme of today's show, which is a big thank you to the dads out there. Damon, when'd you go soft? Well, when I became a dad. That's usually how that works. The grown man who is impervious to feelings or emotions, you start getting these things when you become a father. So for those of you who aren't fathers yet, you just got to trust me. This is the way it works. And for those of you who are fathers, you're just nodding in agreement. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So we'll get to all that in a second. The news is, boy, Trevor Lawrence has got himself some serious money coming his way. Trevor Lawrence, a 5-year, $275 million contract extension. It includes $200 million in guaranteed money and $142 million at signing. The deal starts in 2026. That means Lawrence is now under contract through 2030. And all I'm telling you is that we got the baseline for Brock Purdy's negotiation right there. Absolutely we do. Brock Purdy's next contract, the conversation begins at 5 years for about 280 with at least 50% of that, about 150 million guaranteed to Brock. That number could of course reach 3. And it is good to hit the market with salaries and caps exploding. And that's really what happened for Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence has been a much promised, definitely fulfilled some of it, massive incompletes and other aspects of his career still around what he might be in this league, but he's an established starting quarterback. And the price of doing business with an established starting quarterback, meaning that it's going to take more than an injury to get rid of you. You know, you're going to get hurt. The backup's going to come in for a little while, but regardless of how the backup plays, the minute you're not hurt, you're back in as the starting quarterback. That is what I mean when I say established starter. That is now, at bare minimum, a $40 million position. $50 million is going to become common. It is. It's absolutely going to become common. What is sticker shock contract today, a few years down the road, looks reasonable. What if I told you that Patrick Mahomes, who just signed for what, $500 million a couple of years ago, is now the 7th highest paid quarterback in terms of annual average value? I mean, you got the $55 million deal that Lawrence has agreed to ties him with Joe Burrow for top annual average value. He is now the 9th quarterback with $100 million or more fully guaranteed. He is the 6th quarterback to have an annual average salary north of $50 million. So that's the price of business, and Brock is going to be clocking in to do business with the 49ers right at the right time. So good for him. Really good for him. The Brandon Ayuk headache remains a headache. As we discussed vividly this morning, yours truly, joined by Chase Sr. for Wake Up this morning. We talked quite a bit about the dragging their feet on the Ayuk contract and how they could still play it well to their advantage and how it's very much stacked up to their disadvantage with the way that they've waited to get this done. And again, the price of wide receiver play has just gone up. The yes, I would have agreed to that 6 months ago is a number that is a no, I won't agree to that number as it stands right now. I really think that the 49ers misjudged the way they went about this negotiation, but the proof will be in the pudding, and we'll see whether or not he's back on the damn team. Before we get into the main and really only big topic that I got today about sports dads, let me just tell you that I've got an opportunity for you to use the code word DADDY in a buy one, get one free situation from my man Ike. You know, Father's Day is around the corner. Ike is interested in buying your dad a sandwich. By using promo code DADDY upon checkout, you get a buy one, get one free from Ike. This is an incredibly generous offer that he's doing for our little community over here, or whoever happens to see it. But use code word DADDY on the Ike's app to buy one sandwich, get one free between now and Father's Day. It is a delicious sandwich, buy one, get one free of all the sandwiches, and it is not available, unfortunately, at 3 locations here in the Bay Area: Santa Rosa, San Mateo, and Redwood City. But anywhere else there's an Ike's. I had a friend of mine yesterday say, Damon, I am in Las Vegas, and I am using promo code DADDY at the Ike's in Las Vegas on my app to buy one, get one free before I go into the Sphere for a Grateful Dead show. I said, you're having yourself a great day. You're having yourself a great day. Little something for your dad, little something for maybe 2 sandwiches for you. I don't care what you do with that free sandwich, but it's set up for you to be able to get your dad a little lunch here this weekend, thanks to my friend Ike. And then I keep on telling you to go see my pal Kenny. See John, too. Thanks to Chef A. Chef Amy stopped on in the Dubliner in West Portal the other day for a cocktail. That's how you support the show. You hit like, you hit subscribe, and you support the sponsors. So buy one, get one free at my man Ike's using promo code DADDY, and get yourself to the Dubliner for a little cocktail this weekend. You'll be very happy that you did. Oh, say hello to Kenny and or John, or both, should they both happen to be there. Cheers. Thanks to all the sponsors out there. Couldn't do it without you. Thank you so very, very much to Ike, to the Dubliner, to my guys, to all of you, to my gals, to everyone. You mean an awful lot around here. So let me get to the crux of today's show, which is, and I see, konnichiwa. Thank you very much, Joji. Thank you. Konnichiwa. Thanks, Daddy. Yes, Ike. Sandwich Daddy. You're very, very welcome. I'm sure he would thank you. Ike. How about that? Thank you, True Blue. Red Jet just popping in to say happy Friday, everybody. Happy Father's Day to Damon and to all of you. And this is where we're going. This is what I want to talk about. My dad isn't here anymore. If your dad is still here, go ahead and make that call this weekend. Happy Father's Day. We know what dads mean in sports, in that sports world. They mean an awful lot to every element of our world, but it's funny what a relationship that we get and we foster with our fathers through the prism of sports. And I think that this is not just sons, this is daughters. You know, a lot of guys don't know how to talk to each other over generations as we reach across generational aisles, but sports brings us together. And even though people might have different political opinions or views, it's sports that is our one gathering place where we all might agree on what's going on here today. And it's very special. The U.S. Open being on Father's Day has always struck me as a very special thing. There's no coincidence that the final round of the U.S. Open happens on Father's Day. It's always a special time when dads and sons get together and make that call. I know that I'll be missing my dad as the tournament's walking up the 18th for that final hole. We were, forever on the phone with each other, if not in person with each other for that moment throughout my entire life. And I miss that moment. We have watched, as this channel grow, some people lose their parents. I mean, we talked to James about the passing of his father. We did video calls during the 49er playoff run. He just wanted the Niners to win a Super Bowl while his dad was still alive. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. His dad passed before the big game even kicked off, which, given the results of the big game, good timing, Dad. But this is something that we all go through together. And when you think about dads in sports, look at how much success the Bay Area has had with dads in sports, from Del Curry to Steph Curry, from Michael Thompson to Klay Thompson, from Bobby Bonds to Barry Bonds. You got what? Rick Celebrini, his son might be Macklin Celebrini, the number 1 pick of the San Jose Sharks in a turn of events that no one could have seen coming. We've got T.O.'s kid trying to make the Niners. Jerry Rice's kid gets drafted by the Chargers. I mean, it's amazing. Steph Curry just had another child, he and Aisha. You look at how old Riley is now. We met her when she was a little girl. She's becoming a young woman all of a sudden. So these families here in the Bay Area and all the sports ties that we have are obviously, very, very special. But it's those moments that you spend with your dad at the game, watching the game, at the stadium, at the tailgate. When they're happening, you don't realize how precious and fleeting and passing these moments are. And you can't realize that until it's all over. It being all over is something that I deal with. And it's just, it hurts sometimes. It's bittersweet. It makes me smile sometimes. It makes me get a little misty sometimes. And I turn around and I look at my kids, and that's when I really get misty. That's when I really get misty. When you see that, hey, sports is what daddy does. And if I ever wanted either of my kids to rebel against me, not liking sports would be a great way to do it. So I don't force it upon them. I really don't. But just watching them watch me talk about and relate to sports has just been phenomenal. Jack is just old enough to where soon he'll be starting like T-ball or youth soccer or something. Ozzy's still a few years away from that happening. But it's so cool to watch the life cycle happening to me. And I know that it happened to all of you. And I'll bet you that each and every one of you in here right now that is a card-carrying big sports fan had a parent. Maybe it was your dad that really, really ingrained you in this being important to your life and your happiness, and it really is. Otis, I always enjoy talking sports with my dad. Me and my dad go to Giants games together, and we will always have a fun time. Enjoy it all, man. Enjoy it all. How about Frank Gore's kid? Didn't he end up on a team? Wasn't he drafted by the Buffalo Bills or something? I think Frank Gore's kid did get drafted. So there is a very, very special connection that is out there. Well, we got Red Jet saying, my dad and I haven't spoken since 2021, all because he didn't respond to my Father's Day text. And I had to be the one to tell him to be my dad. Well, anyways, I'm so sorry that happened. Don't let a text come between you. Give him a call this weekend. Trust me. You got to bury that stuff. You got to bury that stuff because eventually you bury the man. And once that happens, that's it. I'm very, very lucky that I had a good, not great relationship with my dad, but a good one, a solid relationship. He made me the man that I am. And it takes a little tough love to do that. I was not easy as a kid. Neither of my kids is easy as a kid. I wonder where they get loud, obnoxious, and verbose from. I wonder. But it's very, very, very special. Rockin' New Era 84 says, unfortunately, I don't have a relationship with my dad. It was my brother who engaged that love of sports. Don't have a sports relationship with my dad. All I can ever tell you, Rockin' New Era 84, if you ever become a dad, maybe that's something that you'll, it's funny. I learned a lot from my dad about what not to do. And those can be important lessons too. A lot of people coming on in here with stories of their dad. Just drop by to say happy Father's Day to all the dads. And again, it is Father's Day weekend. So go ahead and make that call. If you've got static out there, get the static off the channel and circle back and get a little love. You'll be very, very happy that you did. I wanted to come here and tell you about the buy one, get one sandwich free deal. I wanted to tell you to go to the Dubliner this weekend. I need to now go take care of my kids this Father's Day weekend starting today because, of course, school break already started, which snuck up on me. Thanks, Jillian. But I mean it from my heart, from the bottom of my heart to all of you. Have a great weekend. Have a great Father's Day. If you haven't spoken to your father in a long time, bury the hatchet. You'll be happy that you did. Even if he doesn't appreciate it, you will. It will mean something to you in life, and take it from somebody who just wishes he could make one more phone call. Just one more call to the old man. And it certainly would have been Sunday walking up 18 at the U.S. Open. That would have happened. You're all awesome. You're all very special people to me. Thank you. Hit a like and subscribe. I know this is one of those shows that I'm sure will be mocked in the comments. Damon, when'd you go soft? I thought this was a sports show. Well, not today. It wasn't. It will be again next week. And then I'm going on a little bit of a vacation next week. Oh, my goodness. A little time up in Tahoe. So a little disconnection coming up next week. And I'm sure we'll still do some other things. You're all the best. Thank you so much for watching, for listening. And please do remember that sports don't build character. They reveal it. And oh, by the way, Broomhilda apparently is going to come out not only in the NBA Finals, but in the Stanley Cup as well. Damn it, Broomhilda. I think we're going to see her twice this weekend. I'll leave you with that. Ugh, Broomhilda. What are you going to do?